Oh, that's the second time. Push it up a little higher. Push it up a little higher. There you go. There you go.
Brett Mouser and the cast and crew of Not So Sane Entertainment are attempting to make a movie with an impossibly low budget and hopefully inspire you to do the same. Can they make a movie with just $2,500? It's a long shot.
What's up, everybody? Jack Jacob in the house. We're gonna pump it up, and I'm with Brett Mouser. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because I know I'm ready.
Nikki Young here on set, behind the scenes of Serial Rabbit 7. This is day 4 of filming, and I have veteran actor with me right here, Sergio Cantu. Sergio, so what character do you play on this movie?
Legion. He's has multiple personalities, and today I'm playing 2 of them, which is Siete and Ocho. What do you think? I think we should follow them. I mean, the screams. What do you think the screams were?
So you are no stranger to Brett Mouser films. How many films have you guys done together?
Too many to count.
But all of them fun?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what would you say has been your favorite role to date?
The Marshal and the Opossum. Need some men to help me find an outlaw that fled to Indian territory.
And would you say it is a struggle to be a working actor in this town, or have you found a lot of work?
No, I'm not even looking for work anymore. I'm just working with Brett now. I decided not to do anything else. I'm loyal to this man right there. You know, I've seen a lot of behind-the-scene type movies, where Hollywood movies, and actually worked on a couple of them, you know, as extras or as crew members and stuff like that. And it's just so much hassle. This guy just does it quick and it's out.
Oh, you got to do more than that, Serge.
Oh, you want to continue?
Yeah, go until I tell you to stop.
And have you made a lot of friends over the years?
Oh, yeah. Yes, one.
Well, I've known Brett, seems like forever, at least 15 years now, and he's always come to me if he needed a place to film in, so he knows he can always film here. I've been in at least 8 different projects that he's been working on, so I've always been open to letting people film here at Hanson Screen Company and around the area. I prefer the acting more than anything. I've done pretty much everything. I've run the mic, I've run the camera, producer. To me, it's more fun just being a character and forgetting who I actually am for a day or two. You know.
What the? What the hell is that?
Oh, you haven't seen him yet?
He's on that.
Oh, that's all that is him, man. He stepped out of the car, and I was like, man, that is one of the best costumes I've ever seen, but I'm not being seen with you in public.
I'm telling you. Man, I hope he's paying you well.
I've got some praise written down, and I've got my sign in his closet.
He just had that in his closet.
This has been a pretty, as you can tell, crazy character. I don't think I've ever even wore a half shirt before in my life, so yeah, and here we are. Let's go back to the 80s. Richard Simmons blended with modern bloggers and influencers. So I was like, yeah, I got the perfect idea. So that's what came up with Jack Jake 69.
You just want to knock it out? You just want to shoot it? Or
Yeah, let's just shoot it.
Okay.
When I read the script, immediately I was like, I need a headband.
You must be wondering why I'm not driving to the party.
So I got on Amazon and ordered a headband, and I was like, send it to Brett, and I was like, what do you think of this? And he was just like, oh my God, this classic. So we kind of went from there, and it just kind of came together from there.
We've got 8 or 9 different scenes to shoot today, and when I was going over the schedule, I was trying to make sure that make everything as convenient as I could for everybody. And we just finished the introduction of the Jacob character, where he's running along and he gets hit by a car. And one of the other characters, Connie, is actually the camera person who's actually holding the phone, but she has like a yoga class until noon or something like that. If I waited on her, I would have to start shooting at 2, I think. and we would not already have this scene done and in the can. So when she gets here, all I have to do now is get her with her cell phone out there, just run one quick shot of her following Jacob. And that'll take 5 minutes, at the most.
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah! That was exhilarating!
I have actually 2 gimbals. One is AK-2000, something like that. It's an upgrade from the first one we had, and I only use my G7 on that one. And my cinema camera, I tried once, and I just was not happy with how it handled it. I thought it was going to break the gimbal, so I got a new one, which is was that a Ronin? It's a Ronin, right?
No, that's a Zhiyun. I thought you got a Zhiyun.
It was a Zhiyun Crane 3 S.
It's a 3-axis gimbal, but it can support, I think, up to 14 pounds, or it supports a lot more weight than the other gimbals that he had.
In this film, since we are since about influencers and a lot of them are using their cell phones, our G7 is working as the cell phone. There will be some shots where people actually record on a cell phone.
Oh, I think I was filming my boobs. Sorry.
Still filming.
Still filming.
When you don't have the money to get those, if you're shooting on your cell phone, they do have gimbals for cell phones that are $50 to $100. But if you have no money, I have a rig that's just an old rig. Again, these can be kind of pricey too, though. But if you've got basically a piece of wood and a handle and sit it on your shoulder, then you've got that ability to pivot, and it's not going to be as shaky because the center of mass is going to be here. And since you've got that, since you're running or you're walking or you're moving around, you're going to jitter more. But if you've got that plank of wood that can let you move and rotate your body rather than trying to rotate the camera, then you've got a little bit more, it's a little bit more steady and you can move around more. I love the gimbal. I love the look of the gimbal, but I also love going handheld. It gives a little bit more of a rough feel to it. But so it's really going to depend on what kind of the mood and the theme that you're going with in your movie. If if you've got that gritty crime drama, yeah, I think I would probably go handheld more than I would a gimbal, because it's going to have a little bit more shakiness. It's going to be a little bit more raw, a little bit more natural. And then as opposed to a gimbal, it's going to be much more cinematic, much more smooth, much more dreamlike. The shakiness will actually put you, the audience, in the scene like they're there as a participant. When you've got just your camera or just your cell phone, try not to rotate with your hands. When you don't have a gimbal, don't rotate and aim with your hands. That's going to be a lot more shaky. But if you kind of become a rock with your arms and then let your feet and your toes and your body swivel, let that be your pivot point. So you can come up and down. It's going to be a lot more smooth. Back in the Innocent Saga days, we had that fight scene here with the big tank. That was all handheld, and that's just, you learn through the years how to kind of heel toe it. Just be smooth and be conscious of what you're doing. That's why, in all honesty, that's why sometimes the acting or the lines or something doesn't really mesh in the story, because when I'm shooting, I'm concentrating so much on the image, making sure everything's framed. Can I hear it? But I may be hearing it, but I'm not listening to it because I'm concentrating on that. I'm walking backwards and forwards. I'm worried about getting the shot, so I'm not as cognizant of the dialogue. So when I get back in the editing suite, I'm like, oh, he said this and not that. Whereas if I had a camera person and I was just watching on a monitor and I was only concerned about that would be, or even just had the time to just review it. I could say, okay, we need another take because you said Bob instead of Fred, or something. Now in post, I've got to go and I got to Frankenbite it. I got to take a line from when he said Bob, and swap it out with Fred, and hopefully the lip sync won't work. Won't be too much of an issue. All right, you want to run it real quick? He's going to get out of his car, walk around, and you're just kind of stalking him. You're just kind of keeping an eye on him. The other thing is when we're just going to get a shot of you teaming up with the rap. Action, Brad.
Following him.
You're following him. Yeah, he's just gonna walk around this corner. You'll be kind of hiding around the dumpsters here, just kind of keeping an eye on him, watching.
Because if I think he's suspicious.
Yeah, because basically we don't really know who you are. Think of yourself as sort of a guardian angel. We don't really know who you are. or what your purpose is. But we start realizing that okay, you're a harbinger of good, I guess would be kind of what we'd be going for. Because when the rabbit turns good, then that's when you appear to him, and then you're going to help him take out the main bad guy, the werecow, tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're ready, we can go outside and I'll show you what we're going to do. You're just going to start here.
Okay.
And again, you're just keeping an eye on him. Think of it as if he's a private detective, and he's keeping an eye on this guy. Play it like that.
Okay.
So you just kind of hear, he's going to get up, and he's going to start walking this way.
Right.
You're gonna get out of the car, and you're gonna just walk over that way. And you're walking, as he's walking this way, just kind of keep him keep an eye on him.
Right.
And then he's gonna get to the corner of the building. That's when you stop and start turning around. And when he starts turning around, just kind of poke back and just kind of hide back behind.
Walking, but in the squatting side. Getting down, but it's squatting, but able to.
Yeah. It's almost, just bend the knees just a tad. You don't want to.
Just enough where no one can see me, but I'm able to move and walk as if I'm walking like normal.
Yeah.
I got to make sure I can see him, but I got to make sure that he can't see me, and then, oh crud, he's looking back.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So far, so good. I usually hate saying that because I never want to jinx it. But it is now creeping up on 2:30. One of our actresses is 30 minutes behind, so that's starting to put us behind. But we got a pretty good start because everyone's kind of been, there's not a lot of dialogue so far. It's just been Kiki with the beginning of the day, so that was dialogue, and then the rest was just action. Okay, do this, stand here, go around this corner, so we didn't have to worry about lines being memorized. Right. So it moved pretty fast. I got what I needed. I'd get my long shots, my medium shots, and then move on. In a movie like this, Serial Rabbit, where we're not really too concerned about the cinematography. I know that's not what you should be saying, but in this, it's just about the comedy. It's just about shooting. It's just about telling the story. Right. So when we have the time to do it, we can. But days like this, when we've got 8 or 9 scenes that we got to crank through, we're just about getting a shot and getting it done, and then I'll figure it out in post. So far, everybody's been great. Everybody's been good. They've hit their marks. They've done their job. Now comes the tough part where we got some dialogue coming up, and we got people having to remember their lines and make sure that everything flows. Actors are just expected to know their lines, memorize their lines, have them when they get on set, and then they run the lines, and then we come out here and we block it to see where the positioning is, what each person's going to do, and then when everybody's comfortable, we shoot. We do it 3 or 4 times. When I get the footage that I need, then we're off to the next scene.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I've got a scene with the rabbit and Lilith in between that.
Yeah.
It's at the same place.
Are we filming that separate then? That'll give us a minute to
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, because Lilith is going to be here later today.
Okay.
She'll be here I think 7. So you guys can already be gone.
Okay.
When I shoot the Lilith and rabbit scene.
Let's go get a quiche or something.
Yeah.
Make sure you say, let's go get you a quiche.
Okay.
Or something. Yeah, make sure let's go get you a quiche.
Okay. Come on, baby girl. Let me get you a quiche or something.
Yeah.
What's your Twitter handle? Your hashtag. You are so canceled.
Nobody can use Twitter.
I was just thinking when you say Twitter, you may have to go, it's X now.
Oh, yeah. It's X.
Yeah, that's fine.
You are so canceled. What is your Twitter handle?
It's X.
Yeah, that.
Come on, baby girl. Let's go get you a quiche or something.
Yeah.
Like quiche.
That is
Can I just slap her again on the way out?
I would have slapped myself right now. So
They're running over their lines, making sure that they got it down, blocking it out, kind of running it through so they know what to expect. Blocking is just the choreography of the scene.
I guess I'm still holding her neck the whole time.
Yeah, I think that'd be funnier.
The rabbit is kicking my ass.
You'll come out here and you'll have that conversation. You can have the conversation here. Brad will be over here checking out the car. So you're just like looking around the car, and then you can walk over, and we're gonna play it out, 3 or 4 times.
I am.
Why do you keep backing up? Cameras up, and action.
This place is lame. Did you hear me?
Can't hear anything over the sound of these guns.
So the first day we were at Hanson's, we got a lot done. We were able to shoot the Jacob intro in the beginning of the day. Then we shot Chris's arrival, where our dwarf was following him around. Then we also shot Casey's arrival, the CSI scene, which was a very easy oneer. We just took it in one shot. But the majority of the scenes were the Connie and Jacob scenes. And that we were able to work with Kiki and Melissa. They, of course, did such a great job that, and we loved those characters so much, we actually wrote more scenes for them to come back. And they came back for our second Hanson's Day later down the road. But then after we shot those scenes, then Dane arrived later in the evening. We shot the scenes with Dane and the rabbit that were then inserted into the scenes with Connie and Jacob that we shot earlier in the day. So it was a little difficult to match the lighting because you can kind of see that the sun was going down in those. But I think we did a pretty decent job. And then we also shot 2 additional scenes with Dane where she talks to the rabbit and then she also talks to Lucifer. So we had quite a lot that we shot that
Your spot in hell is especially crispy. Trust me, you'll want to postpone that for as long as possible.
I've been working with Brett for several years now, and it's always a joy to be on set because he shoots fast and he allows us actors to improvise, which I love. Do you want to get a shot of me running up and trying to climb him?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get.
There were so many no's and yeahs of that sentence. No, yeah. And who could resist working with the rabbit again?
Bang, 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 bang.
I'm playing Lilith, which is my character that I played before. I've played Lilith in different iterations over different films and TV shows, and it's just fun to get back into the Lilith character.
And then I don't think it's that many lines.
It's a lot of lines, Brett.
Oh, no, I'm talking to the hours. I'm talking to the...
I think it's been 2 years or whenever we had Snowmageddon here in San Antonio. I was filming another film called Lilith, where I played Lilith, and we were filming the day it began snowing. And we was shut down. It was 3 days. We were huddled in a powerless house. It was freezing cold. So that was fun. That's a core memory that's locked in, just, muscle memory of being so cold and also being Lilith. But the first time I did Lilith was with Brett. And yeah, no, I didn't have any experience whatsoever, but he told me a lot about her. And there's a lot of history with that character. I love that she was the first wife of Adam, and she was kicked out of the garden. I just like that she's really cool and badass.
Don't quote Dante to me, rabbit.
He puts stuff in there like what's going through the rabbit's head and the scene that's playing around him. And he'll say like, okay, you need to pantomime these words. I mean, because he gives me words in the script. And I'm supposed to be like expressing that.
Like what?
Dante's Inferno.
Intricate like that, like Dante's Inferno. I was like, how am I going to mime that? So I was like, I got to do sign language.
He has a scene from Dante's Inferno that I'm supposed to be pantomiming. At home, my wife can attest to this, I was learning sign language to try and figure this out because there was like hell and demons and there's like all this stuff and the portal to hell opens and people who I was like, how am I going to portray this?
And so I simplified the sign language to be like, the worst part of hell is for the undecided. And I was like, that'll work. Because otherwise I was doing this and I was like,
I'm just going to be stupid. I'm just going to do like stupid things like, devil, that portal to hell, and stuff like that. So you just get like real animated and he's like, bigger. So I'm like, bigger, all right, let's do more things. And you start just moving around and he's just going to subtitle it. And I'm like, whatever.
We're going to do what we did in 05. If you put the captioning on, it will say what he's saying.
7 scenes in just one day. The guys sure have made up a lot of time and things are looking up. But how long will their luck hold? Find out as Not So Sane Entertainment continues to produce Serial Rabbit 7 for just under $2,500.
the deluxe rabbit with bitch slap action.
There you go.